I'm Peter, and this is the RoguePlanetoid Podcast, where you'll find insights about Microsoft or related platforms and technology, along with so much more. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced professional or just interested in technology, keep current, keep coding. Welcome to episode 28 of the RoguePlanetoid Podcast about Microsoft Build 2025. Microsoft Build 2025 covered empowering AI with interconnected agents and integrating AI capabilities into web, mobile, or desktop applications. I'll be talking about core topics discussed during the keynotes and highlights from some of the sessions that you can watch along with others at build.microsoft.com, or you can check out the link in the show notes. Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, started Microsoft Build 2025. Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, started Microsoft Build 2025 by saying that we are at the stage where things are happening and scaling to build out the agentic web at scale and having the right tools to bring the ideas to life. Microsoft are open sourcing Copilot and Visual Studio Code, as open source is at the core of GitHub, which is the world's open developer platform, and continue to build out more capabilities, including being able to assign a task for an AI to execute. Sam Altman from OpenAI spoke about the various form factors that developers can use, such as command line interfaces and agents, along with how developers can use different form factors together and how OpenAI models will continue to evolve, get simpler to use, and be more reliable to build agentic applications, including multi-agent orchestration. Developer tools are getting richer, and there are opportunities to work with Microsoft 365 and Copilot Studio to develop your own agents for AI automation. Microsoft 365 can easily scale productivity solutions with Microsoft 365 Copilot by combining them with other services, connect multiple agents, and perform behavior in a workflow, along with taking advantage of Copilot tuning, which is a low-code way of fine-tuning a model. Everything underneath Copilot is a first-class platform to build your applications and extensions to enable multimodal applications that are production-ready. It takes more than a model to build a system, so Azure AI Foundry is the complete platform for the AI age, where you can choose from a variety of models and integrate access to the real-time web and enterprise knowledge, along with providing the full spectrum of compute for agents, including Azure Container Apps or Azure Functions. Microsoft are helping form the agentic web in an open way, and there has been an explosion of agents with a richer ecosystem for them being built, and they are being used more frequently than ever before. As agents become more sophisticated, they can perform more complex tasks, including the need for robust memory with high precision and recollection. Azure AI Foundry will become richer over time, and what is important for the agentic web is agents being able to take actions on your behalf, leveraging protocols such as Model Context Protocol or MCP, and agents communicating with each other with A2A. It is also possible to use a team of agents to make a scientific discovery by reasoning over knowledge, generating hypotheses, and conducting research that can leverage both publicly available research alongside internal knowledge. Jay Parikh opened the second day's keynote by talking about the core AI team he supports, which focuses on empowering every developer to share the future with AI. It is possible to leverage AI tools such as GitHub Copilot by assigning tasks such as a GitHub issue to be completed, such as amending a README file or even implementing a design change for an icon. You can then see what GitHub Copilot has done about an issue on GitHub in a PR, and you can even comment to include additional information such as adding a diagram to a document. GitHub Copilot could even respond to an issue, such as detecting when a problem occurs during a deployment to production that can be investigated, determine the cause was due to an error from the deployment, performing a rollback, and handle any monitoring afterwards, all without human intervention. It will be possible to plan, create, and operate workflows where you can have a team of AI agents you can work with, and you'll need a platform that powers these agents that will require new systems. Infrastructure and tools will be provided by Agent Factory, which aims to take the same approach that Microsoft was founded upon to create a software factory to build a full-stack platform for AI agents and applications. Azure AI Foundry will provide a complete stack of AI capabilities along with key services to expand, including Agent Service to scale agents at enterprise scale, Agent Catalog to select from existing agents, and Agent Knowledge, which allows agents to perform more sophisticated tasks. Support tools connected with Model Context Protocol or MCP, and A2A to connect agents, plus frameworks to help make decisions in a more cohesive way. Agents can be developed using Azure AI Foundry and Visual Studio Code, which has an extension where you can see what agents are doing, including requests and responses, along with details such as tokens used and tools that are being called. And you can even use multiple agents together in one experience. These tools are important to shape our craft and team culture and to realize ambitions, but the opportunity is the idea of breaking free of constraints and build in multiple dimensions and in parallel with multiple agents, and work together to make superpowers ubiquitous where the limitations are just imagination and drive. Windows AI Foundry is a way to build AI models with the support needed to get started using models tuned for Windows that can span CPU, GPU, or NPU that you can run directly on your PC and be easily integrated with a single endpoint for local or hybrid scenarios that can leverage AI capabilities in the cloud. Windows AI Foundry allows you to see which models are optimized for your PC or see which ones are already downloaded directly from a command line interface, which could be even used to interact with the model. Models can be customized with parameter-efficient fine-tuning by providing training and test data with LoRa, which is performed on Azure and provides a lightweight file that can be used locally and can even see what output is like before and after using an adapter. There will also be a lot of agents developed, and Microsoft Copilot follows you from app to app, delivering capabilities across Microsoft 365 applications, including Microsoft Teams. There are many agents already available, and the agents developers build can show up in an open ecosystem. A key part of this is Model Context Protocol, which is the new way these agents can communicate to back-end systems, and MCP services are available for anyone to use. And Microsoft will support all the open protocols that matter as part of an open agentic web to create first-class experiences in platforms such as Microsoft Copilot. Scott Guthrie closed the keynote talking about Microsoft offering the highest scale, lowest cost AI infrastructure that powers AI agents with innovations and optimizations in Microsoft Azure, which has more regions than any other cloud provider, and Microsoft is expanding capacity to bring applications closer to customers. Much of the capacity in Azure is optimized for AI, and Microsoft are building out new Azure data centers with the most advanced AI supercomputers to allow developers to leverage models at lower cost that source energy from renewable or zero carbon sources, with Microsoft being on track to be 100% renewable energy by the end of 2025. Azure AI data centers also involve placing GPUs together in a single rack to train larger models, but this requires liquid cooling. But to save water, continuous closed-loop systems that leverage giant fans to disperse heat are used. Azure enables cost reductions and features, including storage with guaranteed uptime and data replication to any region in the world, from gigabytes to petabytes of data, where you only pay for the data and scale used. All this technology is to power a new era of AI applications and agents that AI innovators are building on Azure. Keynotes are not the only part of Microsoft Build, but are joined by numerous sessions which offer a deep dive into the concepts covered and more, with the first session to highlight about Azure AI Foundry, the AI app and agent factory, to bring AI into applications for developers, taking ideas to code, then to production. Workflow for a podcast can have a bunch of toil that could be erased with agentic AI, such as collecting bios for guests, socials, show notes, and copy for social media, which improves over doing this manually, with potential for style drift or where reference and link curation can be hard, along with guest and topic metadata upkeep being challenging. Azure AI Foundry has many models, including foundational models delivering new choices and opportunities for developers, with unified access to models that can be easily switched from a model catalog, and even use the Foundry agent to help pick the correct model for your use case, or use leaderboards to see what are the best models based on benchmarks, including quality versus cost, quality versus safety, and quality versus throughput. Foundry Local can be used to run AI models locally on your own hardware, such as obtaining information online to produce a bio for a guest of a podcast episode. Agents can take input such as system events, user messages, and messages from other agents, and then use a large language model, instructions, or tools, which can make tool calls for retrieval, actions, or memory, and then output can be agent messages or tool results. Multi-agent orchestration means you do not need to have a lot of functionality in a single agent, but can create one that has specific functionality to be orchestrated together with other agents. You can build agents your way with platform integrations for agentic flow, with code handling every detail using Azure AI infrastructure, where you can also bring your own frameworks, leverage platform as a service using code, manage services using Azure AI Foundry and Foundry Agent Service, and software as a service with drag and drop UI using Copilot Studio, which is the instant agent runtime. Azure AI Foundry Agent Service enables you to create agents declaratively and use different sets of models and tools that can deliver enterprise readiness for trust for data, networking, and security with model choice and tools for enterprise connectivity. Foundry Observability is a set of tools to support the entire development lifecycle aligned with your end-to-end workflow to power visibility, monitoring, and optimization. A factory of agents can reduce workload to minutes using minimally customized fine-tuned models, where Azure AI Foundry can infuse an application with AI behavior and deliver a return on your effort. Reduce toil and take away tasks you don't want to do and focus on the fun stuff. Or for companies to create agents to make significant gains in their processes and create the future of AI with Azure AI Foundry. Another session was an overview of Windows AI Foundry, where you don't always want to run AI in the cloud, but on client devices or for a hybrid approach, with the best of both worlds of cloud and client, where there is a need to use local AI for privacy and security, along with full control of user data and reducing latency. Windows AI Foundry has many capabilities and supports built-in and third-party AI models along with APIs including natural language and vision, plus powerful tools for integrating these along with customization with LoRa. Windows ML enables execution of AI models on CPU, GPU, or NPU while minimizing dependency management. You can bring your own models, and AI Toolkit helps you convert, quantize, and evaluate models along with simplifying dependencies and providing native, powerful Windows APIs, plus reference documentation and sample code. Windows ML provides developers with a higher degree of flexibility about what models to run or where. AI Dev Gallery for Windows allows you to try out different capabilities, and you can explore the Windows AI APIs, which are powered by inbox models available on Copilot Plus PCs. They are distributed via Windows Update and provide a level of abstraction from the models. Windows AI APIs available in Windows App SDK include rewrite, image description, object arrays, image segmentation, image super resolution, optical character recognition, text summary, and text to table. Experimental APIs include LoRa for PhiSilica prompt and conversation summary, plus there are private APIs and preview, such as knowledge retrieval and semantic search. Windows AI experiences powered by Windows AI Foundry include Recall, Live Captions, Windows Studio Effects, Co-Creator, Restyle Image, Super Resolution, Image Creator, and Generative Fill. SQL Server 2025, the Database Developer Reimagined, was a session about SQL Server 2025 as data is the fuel that powers AI. SQL Server 2025 is the AI-ready enterprise database from ground to cloud, with best-in-class security and performance. It builds on a foundation of innovation with AI built in to develop modern data applications and is secure by default, assisted by copilots, along with being a benchmark leader that is optimized for the latest hardware and built for all platforms, including Azure, Windows, Linux, and Kubernetes. SQL Server 2025 delivers smarter searching on your existing text data and provides building blocks for intelligent assistance and be able to take advantage of AI in a secure, scalable fashion and overcomes complexity by using the familiar T-SQL language with extensions to enable AI capabilities. Vector Search leverages endpoints using REST APIs to talk to AI models of your choice from 3 different API formats from Azure OpenAI, OpenAI Compatible, and Ollama. You control all access with roles, permissions, and authentication, along with controlling which AI models to use that are isolated from your database. SQL Server 2025 has the most developer features in a decade to develop modern data applications, including supporting a new indexable JSON type and a new capability of change event streaming, where you can take an action based upon a change in data, which can scale as your data scales, that uses a JSON-based message containing relevant schema and data. GitHub Copilot for SQL. GitHub Copilot for SQL has the context of your database to help create the queries you need based upon the tables you have, or generate code to connect your application to the database. SQL Server 2025 Standard Developer Edition is free for development and testing, with all features and limits from the Standard Edition. Elevating Development with .NET Aspire was a session about Aspire, which enables developers to build intelligent applications intelligently, where you can bring together infusing AI into your .NET applications, with AI-powered agents operating as a member of your development team. .NET Aspire lets developers be developers, where you can run a full integration suite locally or test telemetry flow in the dashboard without waiting for a full deployment, and can turn on and instrument things with open telemetry and be able to have your own standards and ship your own extensions. Aspire-enabled code-first control is modular and extensible with observability from the start for flexible deployments. And Aspire with Copilot is an AI assistant built directly into the dashboard that can identify resource issues, find bottlenecks, and help with spotting problems at development time. Aspire is updated every 6 weeks to fix issues or add value, and it is low friction to update existing projects. Microsoft has aspiration to broaden the platform with a command line interface, which takes the normal things you do in Visual Studio to create templates and hide the default things Aspire must do. Aspire has focused on onboard, develop, test, and deploy, with the latter revisited to enable productivity of teams in Microsoft, including Xbox and Copilot, to build an experience supporting internal processes to then help everyone else to deploy to Azure, Azure Container Applications, and add support to be able to deploy anywhere. Aspire is a great place to see the structure and configuration of an application, including all the services and how they talk to each other, and be able to see traces of requests between different parts of an application. The future of web development with ASP.NET Core and Blazor was a session about ASP.NET Core, which has come a long way since it first shipped in 2016 and is trusted by millions of developers and powers the world's largest services with industry-leading performance, and is the foundation of modern cloud and AI applications leveraged as part of Microsoft 365, Bing, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Copilot, Xbox, and most Azure services. You can build AI-powered web applications in ASP.NET Core with Microsoft.extensions.ai, which are AI primitives and building blocks for .NET, and there are AI templates for Blazor and ASP.NET Core featuring out-of-the-box guidance with code ready to go. ASP.NET Core in .NET 10 will support the latest security standards and best practices, including passkey authentication, which replace traditional passwords and consist of a public-private key scoped to a specific account, where the private key is stored in an authenticator application. And passkeys cannot be shared across applications and are phishing resistant as they are secure by design. Developers will be able to update existing ASP.NET Core projects with passkey support. ASP.NET Core in .NET 10 will make it easier to monitor and troubleshoot applications by adding more metrics, including Blazor-specific metrics to help with performance profiling and diagnose issues more easily. ASP.NET Core in .NET 10 adds key backend asks for minimal APIs, which will be the recommended API implementation strategy for APIs going forwards, with new features including validation, support for server-sent event responses, and support for the latest version of OpenAPI, along with improved OpenAPI documentation generation, including option to admit as YAML rather than JSON. There will be built-in support for JSON patch to update JSON with just changes needed, and the correct responses for unauthorized requests for APIs and web apps will now be supported. ASP.NET Core in .NET 10 adds key front-end asks for Blazor, including state persistence support, which simplifies persisting the pre-rendered state with a new declarative model, plus improving resiliency to persist circuit state on server when clients disconnect, users switch browser tabs, or prolonged network loss. There will also be improved interaction between navigation and scroll position, along with JavaScript interrupt to invoke constructors, properties, and supplying callbacks, plus smoothing out support for invoking .NET code from JavaScript. Another session was build the next gen of AI apps with .NET, models, data, agents, and more. Generative applications are being built in .NET that are in production now, including all the Copilot experiences from Microsoft, such as Microsoft Copilot and GitHub Copilot. .NET provides foundational building blocks for AI with Microsoft.extensions.ai, which streamlines AI integration with unified APIs with common AI abstractions, support for standard middleware, vector store operations, and more, built for interoperability and extensibility that can be integrated into cloud, web, desktop, and mobile applications. Agents are large language models enhanced by features and services such as tools including functions, models, and can be orchestrated to determine what agents are available with routing, scaling, and discovery, plus being part of workflows for autonomous agents and other agentic workflows. Agents are designed to perform tasks that vary in complexity and capability depending on need and are a way of breaking down AI so that each agent performs a specific task. AI extensions for .NET are agent ready. I can use what is built in with .NET with the right tool for the right job for a front end on cloud, web, desktop, and mobile. AI-infused mobile and desktop app development with .NET MAUI was a session that also covered useful general information about AI, including developing agentic applications to infuse AI into all your .NET applications for cloud, web, desktop, mobile, games, and IoT, along with tools for agentic DevOps with AI-powered agents operating as a member of your development team in Visual Studio, Visual Studio Code, GitHub, and Azure, combined with Aspire to build, test, and deploy seamlessly to create intelligent applications. AI could help your users be more effective in the moment and help them focus on what they want to do and not how to do it. AI is changing applications, including personalization and context awareness, such as knowing your location, and tasks much like a Windows Phone feature where you could have a to-do for a location and get a notification when it was nearby. Design principles for AI applications is to design responsibly to solve real user problems while minimizing user harm, use human-centered design, and don't let people harm themselves. Design for mental models to orient a user to generate variability, teach effective use, understand the user's mental model, and teach AI about the user. Design for co-creation, including working with AI to help users craft effective outcomes and support co-editing of generated outputs. Design for imperfection by making uncertainty visible, evaluate outputs for quality, and offer ways to improve outputs along with providing feedback mechanisms. Microsoft's principles for AI are fairness, reliability, and safety, along with privacy and security, plus inclusiveness, transparency, and accountability. Azure AI Foundry provides a broad selection of models and helpful tools to guide choices. .NET MAUI is for building native multi-platform applications all in one framework with a single project and code base that can support over 60 common device APIs or access platform-specific APIs if needed. .NET MAUI offers one solution for everything you need with context awareness and adaptive UI for a flexible UI that AI can manipulate. .NET MAUI can deliver hybrid applications which blend native and web technology that allow access to native platform features and device hardware that web applications cannot easily access or at all. .NET MAUI hybrid applications with Blazor are enabled with Blazor WebView, including a solution template and tight inner loop for development with Copilot and Hot Reload. .NET MAUI hybrid applications with JavaScript are enabled with Hybrid WebView and allow developers to reuse components from JavaScript frameworks such as Angular or React. Plus, in .NET 10, there will be new hooks for intercepting web requests. Agentic DevOps is evolving DevOps with AI-powered agents operating as a member of your developer team to automate, optimize, and accelerate every stage of the software development lifecycle. GitHub Copilot is built for the developer experience to automate the mundane and focus on what matters. And the next evolution of GitHub Copilot is new agents to solve real-world problems, including ideation, planning, model evaluation, assisted coding, testing, code review, security, deployment, and modernization. GitHub Copilot Agent Mode supercharges the AI-assisted coding experience by assigning multi-step coding tasks to leverage AI-powered peer programming that can build new features or refactor legacy code. GitHub Copilot Vision allows you to illustrate your context with images to interpret UI designs from project architecture diagrams to napkin sketches. GitHub Copilot Coding Agent provides agentic capability in GitHub to enhance team productivity, where it can assign issues, and get back pull requests, but stay in control just like with any developer by iterating through pull requests. Finally, my last highlighted session was on crafting great Windows native app experiences. Windows App SDK and WinUI supports new MVVM toolkit generators to remove boilerplate code to help implement observable properties and commands for MVVM scenarios with minimal code, and native AOT allows you to publish your application using the native .NET AOT runtime for faster startup performance, lower memory usage, smaller binary size, and self-contained deployment. Windows App SDK introduces meta packaging, so only need to include the subset of packages you need to minimize size of self-contained applications and make them easier to use in Windows Presentation Foundation. Windows App SDK will have a new experimental release cadence from quarterly to monthly releases to get the latest bits to developers as soon as possible. Developers aren't usually designers, but you can elevate your application with core principles such as consistent spacing, which uses units of 4, and layout to create visual order, typography where clear text builds hierarchy with a really nice type ramp available, plus color and material can help users by highlighting what matters, and motion to help users understand what is happening. Many core components in WinUI support children transitions, so when repositioned, their movement looks better, which can add up to an overall improved application experience. When listing applications in the Microsoft Store, there will be a Figma design template to see how your application icon will look in the store and in future across Windows itself. And the same Figma template will also help with creating application screenshots that contain text and highlight parts of your screenshots, which you can explore and use when publishing your application. Fluent design in both WinUI and Windows Presentation Foundation help make your application look great, and applying core principles can get you a long way. Design helpers in WinUI Gallery and Windows Community Toolkit can be leveraged along with easy-to-use helpers to add polish to your application. Plus, the app icon and screenshot templates for Figma can help create beautiful assets for your application to make it stand out. Microsoft Store reaches over 1.2 billion users with an open platform with flexible commerce for Win32, UWP, and web applications, and can be packaged with any technology. There is a new zero-cost onboarding fee for individual developers, so submitting an application is now completely free. So if you're publishing Windows applications with MSIX, then distributing on the Microsoft Store is recommended, and Microsoft is making it easier for people to discover applications. MicrosoftBuild 2025 was another evolution in AI and platform technology since MicrosoftBuild 2024, where agentic AI is now normal, and Microsoft is enabling developers to leverage the latest capabilities within their own agents, including creating agentic workflows with multiple agents or integrating AI-powered functionality into their own applications. It was great to get an overview of everything new, including announcements from Microsoft during the keynotes, and you can read more about the MicrosoftBuild 2025 keynotes in my article at RoguePlanetoid.com/articles/Microsoft-Build-2025-keynotes, or check out the link in the show notes. Microsoft Build 2025 featured informative sessions that would be too numerous to cover all of them, but those highlighted showed how developers can leverage models in the cloud with Azure AI Foundry, or on the client with Windows AI Foundry. Developers creating AI-powered experiences can leverage the power of enterprise data using SQL Server 2025, build or deploy scalable solutions with .NET Aspire, create advanced web services infused with AI powered by .NET, utilizing Microsoft.extensions.ai, using ASP.NET Core with Blazor, .NET MAUI for mobile, desktop, or hybrid applications, along with Windows applications using Windows App SDK and WinUI. Overall, it was great to see how things have evolved in the era of agentic AI to create interconnected, intelligent experiences. And you can read more about the Microsoft Build 2025 sessions I highlighted in my article at RoguePlanetoid.com/articles/Microsoft-Build-2025-sessions, or check out the link in the show notes. Thanks for listening to the Rogue Planetoid Podcast, where each episode you'll find insights about Microsoft or related platforms and technology, along with so much more, wherever you listen to your podcasts, or at RoguePlanetoid.com/podcasts. For the Rogue Planetoid Podcast, whether you are a beginner or an experienced professional or just interested in technology, keep current, keep coding. Rogue Planetoid Podcast is a production of Clarinton.